Hello and welcome back to Godly Play. I'm Carol Wilson, and let's start with our calendar of the church year. Up here we have shapes that stand for each Sunday in our church year, starting with Christmas, going around to Easter, down to Pentecost, and now we're up to our Green Learning Days. And today we're going to learn the story of Noah and the flood and the ark. Let's look in our Bible and find out where the story of Noah is. And if I open it up, it's the very first book in the Bible, the book of Genesis. So I'll turn over, and here we are in Genesis, and I even have a picture of Noah and the animals and the ark. So now let's hear the story. When God created the earth, he said, "It is very good." But then he noticed that people were doing bad things. So God decided to send a great flood to wash the earth clean and make it new again. Then God discovered that there was one good family. The father's name was Noah. The mother's name was Naamah. They had 3 sons, and their sons had wives. Now Noah walked very closely with God. He walked so closely with God, and God walked so closely with him, that Noah knew what God wanted him to do. God wanted him to build a boat. So Noah and his family and all of them together built a big boat called an ark. And as they were building this big ark, animals started to come from all parts of the earth. They came by twos. And when Noah and his family had finished building the ark, they began to come on board, and they came in 2 by 2. And when all of the animals were on, and Noah and his family came onto the ark, it began to rain. And at first, it was just like an ordinary rain. But soon, the puddles and the rivers all flowed together. The rain came down from the heavens, and it came up from the earth, and the little boat began to rise. As the water got deeper and deeper, the boat began to rise up. The rains came for 40 days and 40 nights, and the flood got very, very deep. But God did not forget the creatures on the ark and Noah and his family, because after 40 days and 40 nights, the rain stopped, the big wind came up and dried up all the water, and the flood began to go down again. Now Noah sent out a dove. It flew and it flew, but there was nowhere to land, so the dove came back to him again. Noah waited 7 more days, and he sent out the dove again. It flew, and it flew, and this time it came back with an olive leaf in its hand, or in its beak. So Noah knew that somewhere there was dry land and there was green life growing on it. So Noah waited 7 more days and sent out the dove 1 more time, and this time the dove did not come back. It found some land, it made a nest, and it stayed. So then the boat gradually came down and landed on the ground again. And the animals were so happy because now they could come out after being all that time in the ark. So out they all came. Came out, and they were so happy that they had come through this big flood that they built an altar so that they could thank God and praise Him. And as they were thanking God, they noticed a big rainbow, a big bright colorful rainbow appear in the sky above them. And that rainbow was a sign that God would no longer send a great flood to cover the earth. And then the animals went out, 2 by 2, back out into the world, into all the different directions, and they created new life for the earth. And now, I wonder, which part of this story did you like the best? Which part of this story did you think was the most important part? Which part of the story do you think could have been about you? Could you have been in this story? Is there any part of this story that we could have left out and still have all of the story that we need? And now I invite you to get your own art materials, paper, crayons, pencils, paint, clay, or even Legos, and see if you can create this story on your own. Thank you for joining us for Godly Play.